Welcome everyone to this week's video. Today we are on Fish Friday number 206, I believe, and I'm 2 days late and I don't really have a fish. I am so sorry. This current project that I'm on is taking such a toll on my body physically that basically I come in the evening and shower and sleep. It is absolutely exhausting. It is incredibly hot. Getting to like semi-dangerous levels. But that actually kind of led me to today's video. And it is probably going to be a shorter one. Because I do hate, and I promise I am going to be better planned. I've already sort of planned out my next week to actually get some videos done. I've got some research on some fish, so we'll be back to fish very soon. But this week's video, I wanted to talk about field safety. And the reason why I want to talk about field safety is because I assume that many of my viewers probably like to go camping, to go hiking, to do things outdoors. There's nothing wrong with that. You all know I encourage that. Go fishing, go hunting. I want you to. But there are certain things that you need to be, that I want everyone to be aware of, especially if you're going for extended stays. But even beyond extended stays, people need to realize that the summers in the world are going to become much more hot. We've talked about climate change on this channel before, and I don't like the term global warming, but climatic change, climatic variability is 100% a thing. You're going to have more severe summers and more severe winters. There's going to be a lot less of these average, oh, this was an average summer. It was pretty hot, but not too hot. No, it's either going to be a very hot summer or a very cool summer. There's going to be a lot less of those averages. And same with winters. You're going to have very cold winters. You're going to have very warm winters, not very many average winters. So there are certain things that you need to do. Make sure that you're safe out there. And some of it is also tied into who you are as a person. Me, I'm larger. I don't think anyone can dispute that. I'm a larger individual. And not only that, I am a sweater. As soon as I go outside, I'm gonna start sweating. So for me, an important factor for me is I need to make sure I can carry enough water. So that means I usually have to sacrifice something else in this project. It is so incredibly hot that, having to work through it and things like that, I can't just stop work for the day. So on this one, I'm having to carry, on this project, I am carrying between probably 4.5 to 5 liters of water, well over a gallon of water a day. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but you have to remember, I'm hiking with that stuff. I'm not just, and it's not hiking through a trail. It's like going through the brush, trying to carry all my work equipment and enough water and at least some sort of snacks to get by. So making sure you are aware and how much water you really do need to carry, because it is very critical that you never run out of water. I don't care if it's a leisurely pleasure hike. Never run out of water. The dangers are just too severe, especially in the summer. So make sure of that. Make sure you always have some sort of snack though. My favorite field snack, sardines. I love sardines as a field snack. And the reason for that is it's light, it's compact. I can pack 2 or 3 of these and they take up almost no space. And they're very nutrient dense. And if you're very careful, you can take the lid and sort of bend it into like a little spoon if your hands are significantly dirty or things like that. So make sure you have a snack, make sure you have water, make sure you have everything you need, because at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing out here, whether you're outdoors for a job, whether you're outdoors just working around the house, or you're just doing it for pleasure, at the end of the day, you need to go home, and you need to go home safe. So we know that the location that I'm at, I don't have it with me, but the location I have, I can't do it. Well, you can look it up. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are a huge issue. And I hate wearing bug spray. I hate bug spray. I hate sunscreen. And I hate not wearing, I wear an undershirt. I grew up in the South, blue jeans, boots with a button-up shirt with a cotton undershirt on. This project, I had to get rid of it. It was getting to the point that it was way too dangerous for me to leave it on. So now I'm out there in the field without an undershirt. I don't like how it feels, but I am very aware. We're using bug spray. I hate sunscreen. I am spraying sunscreen twice a day, because if you get sunburn, you're just going to radiate that much extra heat. For mosquitoes, bug spray, and then we also have something called Thermacells. Never used them before, but my goodness, they work. So yeah, make sure you have the proper bug spray, make sure you're there. Conversely, if you're working in colder weather, not so much as hot, but in colder weather, you need to make sure that you stay dry. Staying dry is a lot easier than trying to stay warm. You need to do both. But when you get wet and cold, it becomes very dangerous. Cold and dry is much easier to recover from. So making sure you have good waterproof equipment, waterproof clothes, things like that. That's what you need to do in sort of those winter aspects. Summer is a different ballgame. And I prefer working in the summer. I prefer being hot over being cold. So that should tell you how brutal this project is. Something I would like all my viewers to be familiar with is the ambient heat index, which the ambient heat index is basically, think of it how hot it feels outside. That feels like temperature. But there becomes a certain point when you reach a certain level of temperature and humidity where sweat actually doesn't evaporate. And that's when it becomes really dangerous, because remember, sweat is the body's way of cooling itself. I'm sure we'll aware of this, but I just kind of wanted to go over this, and because we've had, I don't want to say close calls, because if you notice, I haven't mentioned anything about knowing what dangerous snakes are in the area, knowing blah blah blah. I'm just going to assume that my viewers, looking at you, know snakes, that they are aware that there are snakes in there. But even people very experienced with the outdoors sometimes overestimate their body's ability to handle these outdoors elements. It's brutal out there, people, and there is nothing wrong with saying, you know what, it's too hot, let's take a break. There is nothing wrong with taking a break, finding a nice shade tree, taking the shoes off and cooling down. Just no reason not to. But thank you guys so much again. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you again. If you'd like to support the channel, please click the link down below. It is by no means expected, but very much appreciated. Take care of yourselves out there so that you can take care of your loved ones. I love you all. I promise we're gonna go back to the fish videos. promise. I promise. This has just been an excessively brutal project. This past week I put in about 76 hours. That's how it's going out here. But take care of yourselves, please. Take care of your loved ones, of course, and peace.